Ashwagandha and Hashimoto's, a magic cure or a curse. Ashwagandha is a well-known Ayurvedic herb famous for the robust aroma and magic healing properties. Recently, these medicinal herbs have been linked with treating thyroid in a few people. Few studies imply that ashwagandha can cure this metabolic disorder, whereas some other studies contradict these findings. Within the following guide, let's find out the truth behind all the speculation. Too much work, too many social responsibilities, too much screen time, and too little sleep may have a heavy toll on your nervous system. When stress mounts, then your thyroid will genuinely feel the consequences. Withania somnifera, ashwagandha, a herb that grows in drier areas of Africa, the Middle East, and India, has been found in Ayurveda, the traditional medicine practiced in India 6000 BC, like a tonic to the nervous system and also preventing stress. The leaves of this ashwagandha plant are commonly utilized in fevers, the blossoms like a diuretic, and the root particularly is revered for its ability to combat inflammation, anxiety, and stress. The active chemical constituents in the root comprise alkaloids and steroidal lactones that exert anti-stress activity. Ashwagandha, also called Indian ginseng or winter cherry, has been used in traditional practices to deal with a vast selection of health issues. Even modern research is finding evidence to support several of those applications. The possible health advantages of ashwagandha are surprisingly wide-reaching. Ashwagandha root is regarded as a medication of rasayana, a Sanskrit word that translates to the path of nature and practice of regenerative medicine, which refers to the science of lengthening lifespan. It's fitting to describe it in such a manner. Many systems on the body have to work in their utmost for you to have a long, wholesome life, and potential ashwagandha benefits vary between cognition to joint health on your feet. However, for many people who feel like they have a slow metabolism, this plant's most exciting potential benefit may be how it interacts with your thyroid. The thyroid is a gland located at the bottom of our neck. It plays an integral role in metabolism, bone health, development, and growth. The three major hormones significant for thyroid health are thyroid-stimulating hormone TSH triiodothyronine, T3 thyroxine, T4. The pituitary gland regulates TSH. When T3, T4 levels are low, TSH is released to generate more of the hormones. An imbalance between them may signal thyroid problems. You will find two essential thyroid disorders, hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism. Hypothyroidism happens when your thyroid doesn't produce enough thyroid hormone. It's generally associated with particular medications, iodine deficiency, or Hashimoto's thyroiditis, an autoimmune disease in which your body attacks the healthy thyroid gland. Hypothyroidism's common symptoms include weight gain, fatigue, constipation, goiters, and dry skin. In contrast, hyperthyroidism's trademark is the overproduction of thyroid hormone. Men and women with this condition usually experience shortness of breath, an irregular heartbeat, fatigue, hair loss, along with non-intended weight loss. In Western countries, 1 to -2% of the population have hypothyroidism, and 0.2 to -1.3% hyperthyroidism. These two illnesses are generally treated with synthetic medication. But some might look for natural alternatives, such as ashwagandha. Natural benefits of ashwagandha. Ashwagandha calms anxiety. When the mails do not stop coming in, work deadlines are missed, or you are just always on the go, the system is at a never-ending fight or flight state of adrenaline and cortisol hormones. Consequently, you start to feel too revved up, or the mind is continuously rushing, both of which can be typical in people who have an anxiety problem. In animal studies, ashwagandha has been used on par with anti-anxiety drugs such as lorazepam. It has been clinically shown to reduce brain markers of clinical anxiety to the same degree. Anxiety or anxiety-like symptoms are common signs of thyroid dysfunction and a surefire sign your body is fighting to keep up. Ashwagandha reduces chronic infection. Inflammation is a triple problem for thyroid sufferers. It impairs thyroid hormone output, but it also inhibits your hormone's ability to function effectively to receptors and exert their metabolism, disposition, even mind-boosting effects. Chronic inflammation also damages the mitochondria feature, the energy-producing furnaces of one's cells, resulting in persistent fatigue and inadequate energy. Ashwagandha will help protect your cell membranes by lipid peroxidation damage, which does occur from chronic inflammation. Ashwagandha adds antioxidant defense. The higher your anxiety load, the greater your likelihood of systemic inflammation in your entire body and, consequently, a lot of oxidative pressure. These little fires across your body create reactive oxygen species that wreak havoc on your well-being and have to be put out. This places a significant burden on your body's stress response. Ashwagandha offers robust support to your antioxidant defense system, combined with a diet of grass-fed meat, vegetables, and healthy oils, and maximizing your antioxidant intake during times of stress is significant support for the well-being of the thyroid. Boosts immunity. Nothing derails your work or your performance in the gym faster than the usual cold or flu. Excessive or chronic stress, without sufficient rest and resiliency, on average leads to frequent colds and flu. Some thyroid sufferers frequently battle throughout bouts of fatigue. Ashwagandha has been shown to boost white blood cell counts, improving your defense against foreign invaders. A bit of ancestral herbal aid can go a long way to help you during long, stressful workouts. Ashwagandha improves brain fog. A common sign of thyroid dysfunction is brain fog, a sense that you are a little spacey, disconnected, or even not yourself. Brain fog is one of the very prevalent complaints thyroid sufferers have, and even though it is not painful, it makes all your tasks at work and elsewhere much harder. Regrettably, most individuals take an extra caffeine boost to fight brain fog. Ashwagandha has been proved to support improved cognitive function and memory in people who have prolonged illness, as well as post-head trauma. Ashwagandha increases work capacity. Animal studies show that supplementing ashwagandha substantially extends the time to exhaustion in rats, increasing their overall workforce capacity. In clinical treatment, ashwagandha could be very supportive to clients with a slow thyroid. It helps improve resiliency without providing a caffeine-like stimulus that other adaptogens can cause, and offer support at work during physical activities. Ashwagandha supports nervous system. Life often is chaotic. Many people feel as they are always on the go. In the end, the body cannot keep up, and symptoms of thyroid disorder show up. GABA is a neurotransmitter that supports your body to have a break, allowing your nervous system to be in relaxation mode, which means you can recover and rebuild your resiliency. Ashwagandha root contains GABA-mimicking activity, and also, the metabolites of its constituents may foster the wellness of newborn nerves. How to utilize ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is usually taken in supplement form. Most supplements arrive in 300 mg tablets ingested twice per day after ingestion. It also comes as a powder, and it is usually added to water, milk, juices, or smoothies. Some people nowadays mix it into dishes or sprinkle it on top of yogurt. Additionally, you can make ashwagandha tea. As all present research employs the pill form, it is unknown if powders and teas have the same results. Because there's no individual data on ashwagandha toxicity, it's generally considered safe to usage. Comply with the manufacturer's recommended dose unless otherwise instructed by your physician. What's ashwagandha utilized for? The applications of ashwagandha go way beyond the thyroid, though. Research shows that ashwagandha supplements such as powders and extracts may boost testosterone, might improve male fertility by increasing sperm count, may decrease glucose levels, might reduce cortisol levels, might reduce anxiety and depression, may decrease inflammation, might increase muscle mass and muscular strength, may help lower cholesterol. The results with this plant originate from beneficial compounds, including withanolide, probably one of the many renowned, which will be withaferin A, glycowithanolides, which include antioxidant properties, alkaloids. Withanolides get the maximum attention, though, for their anxiolytic possessions or ability to lessen the consequences of stress. But one of the significant benefits of ashwagandha is that it's widely available and well tolerated by most people. Even though herb has potential adverse effects, individual studies tend to find they're mild. Ashwagandha and thyroid function. Ashwagandha might help those with low thyroid function. Early analysis of bipolar disease people pointed out that the ashwagandha supplements given to participants influenced their thyroid levels, though that's not what they'd planned to study. Supplementing using ashwagandha for 2 weeks improved blood levels of TSH, T3, and T4 in patients with subclinical hypothyroidism, yet another small placebo-controlled study unearthed. The participants awarded ashwagandha took just 600 mg per day, roughly half of the dose generally marketed at health stores and on the web. Researchers discovered that ashwagandha's effect on thyroid hormone levels might have a relation between TSH and cortisol levels. This is an area in which more research is needed. There's debate over exactly what, if any, treatment is most appropriate for all those who have subclinical hypothyroidism. The evidence still isn't strong enough to urge people to use ashwagandha to take care of any medical condition. Nevertheless, if you should be interested in adding ashwagandha to your nutritional supplement routine, consult with your healthcare provider who could offer more insights based on your health status. What about ashwagandha, Hashimoto's and hyperthyroidism? Hypothyroidism and subclinical hypothyroidism are not the only thyroid illnesses. It's likely to have hyperthyroidism, in which the thyroid gland is overactive, or have Hashimoto's thyroiditis, an autoimmune type of hypothyroidism. But it's suggested that people who have either of these thyroid conditions avoid ashwagandha. Considering that ashwagandha might raise quantities of thyroid hormones, it is not suggested for patients with hyperthyroidism that are already overproducing T3 and T4. It is likewise not recommended for patients with Hashimoto's thyroiditis, but for a different reason. Hashimoto's thyroiditis is an autoimmune disease, which means that it's connected to the defense mechanisms. Ashwagandha has been proven to improve how the immune system responds, potentially making Hashimoto's thyroiditis worse. Ashwagandha, Hashimoto's and other thyroid disorders. Conclusion. Stress may be the root cause for most diseases in our body, and ashwagandha has magical properties of combating excess strain. Consequently, both have a connection when it has to do with reducing thyroid symptoms. However, we also need to bear in mind that hypothyroidism's minor symptoms could be treated with this medicinal herb's consumption. Still, if you are experiencing more significant symptoms, ashwagandha alone cannot fight them. Also, patients who have hyperthyroidism or Hashimoto's aren't advised to take ashwagandha since it can certainly do more harm than good for the system. The bottom line. Ashwagandha has been used for hundreds of years in alternative medicine. Research shows that it might improve thyroid levels in those with hypothyroidism. But it may worsen the symptoms of hyperthyroidism or Hashimoto's. Thus, it would be best if you talk to your healthcare provider before taking ashwagandha for a thyroid illness.